you for watching me and the Artopium Art Troupe as we venture our way through the Pacific Northwest. Portland and the Pacific Northwest in general are home to some of the biggest and smallest festivals, and so the Artopium Art Troupe will be posted here for a little while as we try to make a festival of our own. Here's the catch. We're going to manage and direct this full-scale art and music festival while living a 24/7 guerrilla urban camping lifestyle. We're going to take you inside the Artopium Art Troupe as we set up guerrilla urban camps to survive in the urban jungle. And we're going to show you step-by-step how we did it so you can mimic our success. I just want to start by explaining that I am doing all of this on the camera on my phone, so I'm only limited to 15 seconds at a time. And it's not quite as good as a handheld camera. The resolution, of course, isn't as great, and of course, as you can tell, the audio is begs for something more. Welcome back to another episode of Artopium Roving Festival Urban Camping Guide. Today is a beautiful day. Hopefully we can make some good jewelry sales, and we'll probably be showing you a little bit about how to set up camp. Hello, we're in Washington Park, one of Portland's biggest city parks, several square miles wide. It is very easy to hide in. But usually I'm here at night, as I don't like to be noticed, but we're here during the day to show you some tips and tricks. Now, as we get closer to the camp, I am going to have to be a little bit quieter, as I am kind of close to the trail so people can hear me, but not close enough that they can see me, and you'll understand why here in a second. One of the things about Portland is that where the parks are hills. A lot of the hills are like 45-degree angles, so really good camping technique is to use a hammock. As you can see, right now my camp is broken down. This is how I leave it when I'm gone for a little while. I managed to collect a little bit of water from the last rain, and that's good because we don't want the tarp collapsing from the weight of the water. I leave my tarp tied up at all four corners, and I leave one line running through the middle and tied to a tree, so that all I have to do is pull that line taut, and I have an instant A-frame shelter. By storing your equipment, your backpack and such, in a camouflage tarp, protected from the rain, away from camp, it does help add a little additional security just in case your camp is discovered. The equipment an urban camper chooses to use can make or break your life. A hammock will allow you to camp anywhere. You just in between any two trees, in uneven ground. It doesn't even matter if there's bushes or sharp shrubs underneath you. You have a lot more choices. The hammock I like to use is a brand called Grand Trunk. I got the ultra lightweight hammock version. It's great. It's warm. It is very strong, and it only cost me about 20 bucks. A great way to put up a hammock is to take a long piece of rope and double it over into two. And take the top loop here and wrap it around a tree. Take the length of the rope and put it through the loop just like you would a lark's head. Take that whole length of rope here, which I'm going to do, and pull it tight. Let's see here. I get that loop on the tree. Pull the whole thing tight. Once you have it tied around the tree, take the length of the rope that you have here, you'll have two strands, and tie a series of knots through the rope. And those knots will be used for the hook. If I need to adjust the hammock with greater precision, I can tie more knots into the rope, and I just bring the hook up to the next knot and make the hammock just a little bit tighter. Your sleeping bag is another important piece of gear, and as you can see, I like to tuck mine into the hammock with an extra blanket on the bottom. That's in case on windy nights, sometimes the wind can get right through the hammock. Of course, a backpack is always needed, and a nice large one. I have an internal frame backpack. I can push my sleeping bag into this lower compartment here. Everything else fits into a nice big pocket on the top. However, within the first couple of weeks of using, let's see, this is outdoor products, you can see I needed to make some very needed repairs with duct tape. Having a fully portable kitchen is also a very handy piece of prepared to haul your own water and take out your own trash. My MSR Whisperlight 2000 camp stove is definitely one of my favorite pieces of equipment, as it gives me a nice warm cup of coffee in the morning and a hot meal at night when I'm ready to go to bed. To use my stove, of course I have a nice mess kit here with 2 bowls, 2 pans, a handle, and a strainer. Can't use the stove without it. Another handy piece of equipment is an inflatable air matches like this Thermarest. Makes great bed if the ground is level enough, and even if it's not, makes great couch for when camp is all set up. I'm only about 10 feet away from camp right now, and you can see the camouflage already does a lot to hide the camp. At about 20 or 30 feet away from camp, it's almost impossible to see. The trail, definitely impossible. But if the rangers were to come down into the forest, come looking for it, they may find it. One way to make sure that the park rangers don't find your camp is definitely try not to leave a trail. The more often you go to camp, the more you will make a trail in the ground. And that's how I find you. You might be able to see here, I've been through this area enough times now that I'm beginning to leave the beginnings of a trail. So next few times I come into camp, I may find a different way. So with camp built, we're going to head back into the city and see if we can't make some money selling jewelry. See you there. When I'm leaving the camp temporarily, I take the top line and I just let it loose over the hammock and all of its contents. And that just kind of like brings the tarp down a little lower, makes it harder to see. Walking away from camp in the daytime is always especially tricky because I don't like to emerge onto the trail scene coming from out of nowhere, so I always got to keep a lookout for things going down the trail.